Rama Rama Hare Hare. Okay, so first of all, I offer pranam to our Gurudev, Vishnupada Didandisami Sivaktivedant Narayan Gosai Maharaj, our Rupanur Guru Varga, all devotees, Hare Krishna. Robbie, Haribol. Okay.
Haribol.
Okay. So.
Haribol.
Haribol.
Okay. So today is a little special day. Anyway, at least here in Mayapur. Today, 3 tithis in one. So Ekadasi, Dwadasi, and Trayadasi. All 3 is touching today. So it's a little special day. So it's anything this you do this day, you get very special benefit. So, is there anyone who is all out pretty much devotees? So, even though yesterday was Ekadasi, means the 11th day of the lunar calendar, still yesterday we did not fast because, okay, so Robbie's new, okay. So every 11th day of the full moon and 11th day after the new moon on the lunar calendar, this is a special day for the Vaishnavas, for the devotees. Okay, so this day is called Ekadasi. So this day is non-different from Krishna. What Krishna's own personal property, own personal paraphernalia, this is called Krishna's Tadyavastu. Example, the pure devotees of the Lord, right? The scriptures, especially the Srimad Bhagavatam, special plants like Tulsi, right? Special days like Krishna's birthday, Janmashtami, right? And Ekadasi, these are all called Krishna Sarupani. These are all non-different from Krishna. So these, in Sanskrit, we call this Tadyavastu. Because how we can reach Krishna? Krishna is not in this world. Krishna lives in the spiritual world, Golok, Vrindavan, way beyond the material creation. So, how we can reach there? We have material mind. How is it possible for us to reach there? So Krishna is very kind. He keeps his Tadyavastu in this world. Sometimes we use, Australia has an embassy in America. Australia has an embassy in India. Australia has an embassy everywhere. So actually, even though the Australian embassy may be in America, it's not subject to American laws. It's not even considered part of America. For example, American police have no power to enter there. Okay, so in the same way, Krishna has his Tadyavastu. Means Krishna's personal paraphernalia, which is in this world, but it's never to be considered part of this world. It's considered Krishna's property, same as Krishna. So Ekadasi, amongst all holy days, Ekadasi is a little special. It's called Madhav Tithi, the day of Madhav. Right? One name of Krishna has so many names. One name of Krishna, Madhav. Madhav means the husband of the original goddess of fortune. So Madhav of Krishna. So Gurudev would say, Ekadasi is not a day, it's Krishna himself. So because this day is Krishna himself, it has special power. some special potency is there. So those who follow Ekadasi, those who respect Ekadasi, they contact Krishna's mercy. They attract his kindness. Okay. So some will tell one history of Ekadasi. There are many history. Ekadasi is eternal. But still, every Ekadasi has some special glories. Like today is Mohini Ekadasi. Oh no, Trispara. Today is Mohini Mahadwadasi, I think. So Trispara Ekadasi. So in ancient times, there was a king called Rukmanga. Right? King. So he was very pious, a great devotee of the Lord. He was a very strict follower of Ekadasi. Ekadasi and 3 liters of Mangalasi. Ekadasi means restricting our enjoyment to increase Krishna's enjoyment. So on Ekadasi day, the devotees engage all 11 senses, especially in the service of Krishna. So how we do that? Of course, according to our level of devotion, there may be many gradations of following Ekadasi. But basic level, which is common to all, on this day, we should not touch any grains or any beans. Any form of grains like wheat, rice, corn, or any type of beans like beans, dal, soya, right? Or anything made from those grains and beans like soy oil, corn oil. Right? Devotees should stay far away. Because this day is very pure, then all sin has nowhere to stay. Because Krishna pervades everything in this day. So sin is also a creation of the Lord. He also has a personified form, Pap Purush. Sin personified. A few years ago, I put something on Facebook. There's descriptions of him. Abortion is his stomach. Stealing is his eyes. Many things he has. Inauspicious things. But anyhow, whatever, he's also the creation of the Supreme Lord. So sin personified was complaining, oh, Bhagavan, on Ekadasi I have no place because this Ekadasi day is you. So everyone has to have some place, but on this day I have no place. So Krishna said, okay, on Ekadasi day, sin, you can reside in grains and beans. So one who eats grains and beans on Ekadasi, they're actually performing all type of sinful activity. You know, the worst of the worst they're doing. So minimum standard, everyone should avoid grains and beans. And of course, according to our devotional sentiments, that much we have devotion, that much we'll engage in 9 limbs of devotion, like hearing about Krishna, speaking about Krishna, thinking about Krishna, you know, becoming the servant of Krishna, becoming the friend of Krishna, offering everything to Krishna, Atmanavedana, you know, serving the feet of Krishna. So these 9 ways, worship, offering prayers. So according to our devotion, we will engage in these 9 ways of serving Krishna. But minimum standard, everyone should not eat or drink anything connected with grains or beans, like anyway, rice and bread and all these things. So the king, Rukmanga, he was very strict follower of Ekadasi. So he was so strict because the king is like one type of father. Just like there are 7 mothers in the Vedic scriptures. Of course, one's own mother. If father has more than one wife, she's also considered one type of mother. The nurse, the cow, because she gives milk to us. The queen, the wife of a Brahmin, the wife of the Guru. The earth, the wife of Guru, the earth. These 7 are mothers. So the king also one of the fathers. Okay, like own father, of course, he is one father. The bull, because the bull helps with farming, plowing the fields, producing grains. You know, so he's also one type of father. You know? So anyway, so the king also one type of father. So as father takes care of the children, in previous ages, the kings were so noble, they thought I am like protector of all the citizens. Protector means not just giving food and medicine, Real protector means protecting the spiritual life of the citizens. These days, of course, the leaders are so degraded that they give no importance to the spiritual welfare of the citizens. But king is one type of father. So on the day before Ekadasi, Rukmangad would have all messages, town criers. They would go door to door announcing, all citizens, tomorrow is Ekadasi. Everyone should be prepared to fast for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord. So in this way, the king himself would follow and give example, and everyone else would follow also. So one who follows a very simple thing like Ekadasi becomes supremely pious, supremely powerful. All good qualities automatically enter them because Krishna is happy with them. Very easy way to please Krishna. Just water the tulsi plant, fast on Ekadasi. These very simple things. If you have no power to completely fast without food and water, then you can take some roots like potatoes, sweet potatoes, peanuts, and fruits like cucumbers, apples, oranges, mangoes, all these things. One can water, dairy products. If one cannot fast completely, one can take these things and still it's considered fasting. No one has any excuse not to fast on Ekadasi. So king would announce and all citizens were following. So the universe has its rules. Good persons go to the heavenly planets, the temporary celestial heavenly planets. Bad persons go to hell. Afterwards, they enter the lower species like worm, germ, plants, insect, birds, four-legged animals. In this way, the creation also has its function, its running order. So all demigods become warriors. Demigods mean they're in charge of the material facets of the creation. So all demigods become warriors. Everyone in the kingdom of Rukmangad is following Ekadasi. That means no one goes to hell, birth and death. So the demigods, because they're in charge of the material creation, material intelligence, so they thought this is not good. The king is causing universal disturbance. Sometimes people think foolishly like that. If everyone engaged in spiritual life, what will happen to the creation? The Guru Maharaj said, the creation under the control of the Supreme Lord, so everything will happen nicely. Right? If Brajeshri locked herself in a room for a month and just chanted the holy name, you think the creation would stop? No. Krishna would keep everything going on nicely. So the demigods, of course, demigods not understand the glories of the devotee or the limbs of devotion like following Ekadasi. So they made a plan, we have to deviate this king. Like you capture the head, then the whole body follows. So the king gives up Ekadasi, then everyone else will give up Ekadasi because king is the leader. So demigods created, especially Lord Brahma, they created a supremely attractive woman called Mohini. So Mohini was very beautiful. Supreme Mohini means to bewilder. So they sent her to this world. One job you have, capture the king and deviate him from Ekadasi. So Mohini came to this world and before kings would hunt, right? Because in the forest was many dangerous bears and tigers and things like that. So the kings would free the forest of these beasts. And also at the same time, they would practice weaponry. So one day the king was hunting and Mohini was singing. So Mohini's singing was so beautiful, so attractive. All the animals of the forest were attracted to it. So the king's horse also became enchanted. He also began going towards Mohini. And the king was seeing all animals are going, Chalo, let's see what's there. So he saw this beautiful lady in the forest singing. The king became enchanted. Please come with me, become my queen. I want to marry you, become my queen. So Mohini agreed. With one condition, whatever I say, you have to follow. That the man thinks I'm in charge, but who's actually in charge? But just ready. Ladies in charge, general. Means because all children, husband, they see ideal woman is so much serving everyone, then whatever she wants, automatically they give her. Right? Vedic woman controls not by force, but by service. Service controls everyone. What to speak of anyone, it controls even Krishna. I mean, someone who's doing everything for others, and whatever she wants, people give her automatically. No need to ask, no need to fight. So by service, one can control Krishna. What to speak of ordinary husband and children. So anyway, so Rukmanga agreed. Yes, okay, whatever you want, I will take. So Mohini came to make some friction in the family. So normally, if a woman saw her husband coming back from the forest with another woman, how would you feel, Rajeshwari? Satyavrat goes to the supermarket, comes back with a second wife. How would you feel? Huh? She was not happy. But ideal wife, what she wants, what my husband wants, what is my husband's happiness, that is my happiness. Now, when you want to make some friction, how to make friction? Turn the old wife and her son against the husband, this way to destroy the family. But as the king was exalted person, and his wife and child was also exalted. So when the queen saw, oh, then because she came from the forest, what she wearing, just forest clothes. Then she took out her best saris, her best jewelry, everything. Oh, give this to my new co-wife. And when the son, normally son will see his new woman comes to the house, how he'll feel angry. Oh, this is neglect of my mother. But the child, Dhanamangad, was also of a different nature. So when he saw new queen, what did he do? How to bring her from the back of the horse of my father. So he knelt on the ground and told, oh, mother, you step on my back and come down nicely. So when Mohini saw this behavior of the Mangad, the child, Dharamangad, and the wife, I cannot remember her name, I'm sorry for that. When she saw the perfect behavior of these three, that she became astonished. What is this? It was one who's practiced real spiritual life, and all the good qualities of Krishna enter that person. Just like you put iron into fire, that iron become like fire. In the same way, one who engages himself in Krishna's service, all Krishna's good things come in. No, only good things. Krishna is the person become auspicious, become great, become worshipful. So Mohini saw that, Mohini become astonished. How can I break such a family? This is not such an easy thing. So anyway, Mohini entered the family, she became queen. Then on the day before Ekadasi, the Dasami, the king sent all messages. All citizens be prepared to fast for, this is Trispada Mahadwara, this is Trispada Ekadasi. Everyone get ready for fasting for Ekadasi, the day of Bhagavan, the day of Vishnu. So Mohini heard this. Then she started her politics. She collected some advisors, some brahmanas, she bribed them with gifts of wealth. If you turn my husband's mind away from Ekadasi, I will give you so much more wealth. Right? If we begin to practice spiritual life, we'll see so many enemies will come for us. Why? Because before, for example, our husbands or our wives or children or relatives, they think, oh, this person's all efforts will be for my own pleasure, my enjoyment. But now they see that person's all pleasure, all efforts and enjoyment, all efforts go towards Krishna's enjoyment, and they become envious. Oh, what is meant for me, they are giving to Krishna. So many times we see in spiritual life, when you come, one's friends, one's relatives, become against you, because they're selfish and lusty. But especially we will hear about this on Tuesday. Tuesday is another fasting day, the appearance of Lord Nrsingadev. So we'll give a special class. I think maybe 7:30 or something will start, because all day we're fasting. Achutananda is already thinking of not fasting, but it should be announced to the whole world he will fast like everyone else. Anyway, but we'll talk about all these things on Tuesday. So the queen collected many advisors, brahmanas. They began to try to change the mind of the king. Oh, if the king fasts on Ekadasi, he'll become weak. Then how he'll run this? How he'll run the government? If any invader attacks on Ekadasi, how will he fight? Many things people say in this world. Oh, God created everything. Why you say this is good and this is bad? Many people have many type of things they say. Right? Anyway, no need to go into that. But king was fixed. No, they must fast. No matter what, they must do devotion. He cannot give up. You promised, remember when you married me? You promised that you would follow my instruction. I'm instructing you, you must give up this fasting on Ekadasi. But seeing the king's determination, Mohini gave him a choice. Okay, you can choose one of two things. Either you give up the fasting on Ekadasi, or you have to give me son of your head on a golden plate. A bit like John the Baptist. What was the name of John the Baptist's girlfriend who asked? No, sorry, not John the Baptist. Herod's had a girlfriend who asked for the head of John the Baptist on a golden plate. I forget her name. Anyway, same history a little bit. So who in this world can chop off the head of the sun? Very difficult thing. So the king was given this ultimatum, this choice, what to do. So king first talked with the wife and son, because it's his head after all, and son belongs to the mother. So king was asking his wife and son, what should I do in such a situation? So son, his name was Dharamanga, embodiment of religion. So son also have qualities of mother and father. All our good things that we learn, who we learn from, Rajeshri? Mother and father. And all bad things we learn from them too. So son said, Father, better take my head and give up this body. Because this body will last for how long anyway? We have to all give up this body one day. So why not give this body up for a good thing? For an auspicious thing? And what is more auspicious, what is more great than giving up for religion? Of course. The essence of religion means service to Supreme Lord, service to Krishna. So I can give up this body. Right? If Rajeshri died tomorrow, God forbid, and we tried to auction the body, how much would we get for it? Who would buy these eyes? How much are you going to get for it? Nothing. This body, once the soul leaves, this body has no value at all. Right? When the soul leaves the body, everyone wants to get rid of that body. Even if Miss Universe dies, then you bring Miss Universe, here you go. The soul, this body has no value. So if I can give up this temporary material body for some eternal spiritual benefit, then that's a great exchange. So son was willing. Then mother also. Generally, mother wants the son and daughter for her own service. But high-class woman, no. She understands my sons and daughters not for my service, they're for the service of Krishna. So, such a woman, she is really mother, Maya. Otherwise, she is just Maya. Maya means illusion. So, I forget the name of the queen. I should look it up. So she said, no, what's the use in having many children who are not unlimited children, but no benefit to the mother? So I think Chanakya Pandit said, a son or daughter who does not serve Bhagavan, who is not engaged in the service of Krishna, Tulsidas said, such a son or daughter, this is like an infected eye. An infected eye, no benefit and only gives pain. So a child, a son or daughter who is not serving the Lord, Such a son and daughter is like an infected eye, useless, no benefit, a burden to the earth. Right, Laban? So anyway, so Cello, she said, this is fortunate I can have such a son, and also I can give for the service of the Lord. Like this, she also agreed. So such a situation, Mohini came, king gave the news, you can take my son's head. So the queen was holding the golden plate underneath her son, who was bowed over to have his head cut off. Okay, is Robbie still there, or Robbie's checked out? Robbie's thinking, Jesus, this is Krishna consciousness. I'm going back to the Mormons. Yes, sometimes these stories, these histories sound very much incredible. And sometimes they sound even terrible, no? But we have to go a little deeper to understand the essence behind it. Is Robbie still there? Just checking on him?
He's still with us, Guru Maharaj.
Still
Okay.
here.
Okay, Robbie, don't worry. She's just about to have her son's head cut off. Nandimuki, chop off the head of your daughter. Ready? Not ready. Anyway, so such a scene was there. The mother had the golden plate underneath the head of the son. And the father and the son also very happily to give his head. He's also smiling. Okay, Nandimuki's daughter should smile a bit more. Practice. The king took out his sword and was about to chop off the head of his own son. Then really, is Krishna a stone? How Krishna can tolerate such a thing? So immediately Krishna manifested, no? Along with all the demigods like Brahma, Shiva, everyone. No, stop. And all demigods, we were just testing. No. Something happened. What happened? Hello? Can anyone still see me?
Makeshwar is which of this person?
Someone touched some.
No, Maharaj is
Did
away.
I do it?
Yes, probably Makeshwari. Anyway, okay, we're back there. My screen just went completely blank. Chop off her head as well. So, Krishna and all demigods manifested. Stop. No, all demigods felt shame. Very sorry. Then Krishna also very happy by this, showing the glories of his devotees. Exact details what happened afterwards, but everyone turned against Mohini. Everyone began. The cause of this horrible thing taking place. So, Mohini, everyone neglect her, everyone hate her, no, because she against the devotees, against the service of the Supreme Lord. So that person who was against the Supreme Lord, everyone hate. So that person who has developed love for Vasudeva, love for Krishna, everyone loved that person, actually. In the same way, that person who hate Bhagavan, everyone hate them. Because Krishna is soul of the soul. He's not some outside person. Who is against devotion, against the devotees, against the Supreme Lord, then who will make friendship with such a person? So everyone turned against her. Everyone criticize her. Everyone hate her. Everyone kick her. Everyone reject her. So Mohini became very bad. Of course, Rukmangad, his wife and son, showed the glories of Ekadasi. They also went back to the spiritual world. But Mohini was left behind. So Mohini also begged from Krishna. Okay, I'm nonsense, I'm rubbish, but I'm also yours, your creation. So give me some place. Krishna gives shelter to everyone. So give me some place, because I come from you, I'm yours. So the agreement was, Mohini means illusion. So those people who fast on the mixed Ekadasi, their bad result, or the result of that fasting, not goes to the Supreme Lord, that goes to Mohini. Okay, so for new people, this might sound a little difficult to understand, but because we follow the lunar calendar, then each day is dependent upon the rising of the sun. So if the Ekadasi is touched by that means if the next day, if the sun rises within 1.5, if this within 1.5 hours of the sun rising, if that Ekadasi day touches, is mixed with the appearance of the next day, the Dwadasi, then that day the devotees should not fast on that day. And that day, which is today, the devotees fast on the Mahadwadasi. Understand, Malik Kishori? Okay. Ekadasi is determined by many things. Principally, it's determined what time the sun rises. Okay. Every Ekadasi is different. The sunrise is always changing, moonrise is always changing. Therefore, also when the fast should be broken, this also determined when the next day begins within a certain period. That's why we should always check the astrological calendars done by the devotees so we know which day is fasting, which time I should break my fast. So even though yesterday was Ekadasi, because Ekadasi is mixed with today, which is the Dwadasi or the 12th day of the lunar calendar, we fast today, not yesterday. But many people don't know these rules. So our Gurudev was very strong follower of this determination of the fasting day according to the calendar, according to the proper sunrise. So devotees like Sanatana Goswami have given all the rules for determining which is the correct time and day of fasting. So including, and this all information is given in the Vaishnava Smriti called, written by Gopal Bhatta Goswami. What's it called? Can someone help me? The name of that book written by Gopal Bhatta.
Hari Bhakti Vilas, Guru Maharaj.
Vilas, thank you. No? So there also Sanatana Goswami has collected all information on when is the proper day for Ekadasi, when it's a Mahadwadasi like this. Last year, me and Padabja, we put together some article, but afterwards it said better not do because some fight will be there, no? But Gurudev was very strict follower of this system that Sanatana Goswami gave, and ISKCON took advice from Gurudev. So that's why ISKCON also followed this same system. So anyway, so Mohini was complaining, so Bhagavan gave, okay, so we give you that place where people don't follow the correct fasting day on Ekadasi. For example, when new people come to Vrindavan, many times they become confused because Gaudiya Math, the Vaishnavas, we follow Ekadasi on one day, and Brijbasis and other groups follow on a different day. That is because the other groups not have faith in the Vaishnava Smriti like Hari Bhakti Vilas, so they follow the ordinary rules of Ekadasi. No? Therefore, many times they get the opposite result. So they say the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So even one does something, but not follow properly, many times the opposite result is given. So Bhagavan said to Mohini, okay, we give you that place of everyone who fasts on the day when you should not fast. Right? When the Ekadasi is mixed with the next day, the Dwadasi, those who fast on that Ekadasi, they get Mohini, they become bewildered. So in the same way, when that time there's no fault Ekadasi, but it's mixed with the next day, then there's a fault. Even there's word in Sanskrit, Purvavida and Paravida. If it's mixed, Purvavida means, Purvavida in Spanish means pure life, actually. So Pura and Paravida, I think. Purvavida, if it's mixed with the previous day, no problem. But if it's mixed with the next day, then problem. So maybe new people are confused and Robbie's thinking, what's all this? But anyway, hearing again and again and again, then we get some understanding. So this day of Mahadwadasi, this only happens 3 or 4 times a year. So today is Trishpura Mahadwadasi, I think, and yesterday was Mohini Ekadasi. So I think this is the history given of Mohini Ekadasi. So, how much is finished of today? Okay, 20 minutes. Okay, sorry, 37 minutes it took to explain that history. So a special day. So tomorrow we break the fast. Every place has different rule, different time for breaking the fast. So, and the next day is also a fast day. That's why many people don't like to adopt this process of devotion, because they see many, many things they have to give up. But actually, you should not look what you have to give up. You should always look what you have to gain. Right, Sita? Don't think I'm missing rice and bread. No. You think what I'm gaining from these fast days. So tomorrow is the day after tomorrow is a very special day. Okay, I have no knowledge of astrology, but it's Chaturdasi. Chaturdasi means 14. Okay, so Ekadasi means the day before Ekadasi. That's the 10th day of the lunar calendar. Ekadasi is 11th, right? So today is the Dwadasi, that means the 12th, 13th, and Chaturdasi. Chaturdasi means 14. And the next day is the 15th, means full moon. Full moon. So Chaturdasi is actually the day of destruction. Like Lord Shiva, he appears on Chaturdasi. Shiv Chaturdasi, we say. So Chaturdasi is generally the day of destruction. Right? So it said it's not good to begin anything on this day. Right? Why, Lily Kishori? Because if you start something on Chaturdasi, it's going to be destroyed. So on this day, no one like Bill starts, no one does any marriage on Chaturdasi for obvious reasons. No one like starts a journey on Chaturdasi. It's considered quite inauspicious. Something bad definitely will happen if you begin a journey on this day. So question may come, then if Chaturdasi is so bad, how come you're fasting on this day? Because this day is also good for those who practice spiritual life because it destroys their obstacles. And we have many, many obstacles. Even on a good day, laziness, distraction, envy, lust, greed, pride. Anyway, take out the Oxford Dictionary, try and find some of those bad qualities that we do not have. So these things are called, so spiritual life is a wealth. Maharaj was saying today, what is the greatest wealth? Remembering Krishna. There's no greater wealth than that, no greater happiness. So one who's fully absorbed in that, even though externally may look like they have nothing, no wealth, no properties. Some devotees we see they are niskinchan. So externally it may look like a devotee is materially destitute. It may be. But you can never say a devotee is poor because they have the supreme wealth, constant remembrance of Krishna. So remembrance of Krishna, service to Krishna, this is the only real wealth. Right, Robbie? Where's Robbie? Is he still there? Flicking through, where's Robbie? Robbie can't speak?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, where are you from? England?
England, yeah.
Oh, good. You're vegetarian yet?
Not yet, but I'm planning to be.
Okay, how about you start from tomorrow?
Yeah, I can do. I will do. I'll try.
Okay, good. Good things should do immediately. No? So anyway, nice. You understand, you're following everything? Maybe it's a little strange in the beginning, but just hearing again and again, you'll get to catch everything.
Okay.
Real knowledge we get just by hearing. We see the Supreme Lord by ears, by hearing. So what I'm saying is real wealth. Right? That is the real wealth, because no one can take that from you at the time of death. At the time of death, everything else we have to leave behind. Everything. Wife, children, good and bad reputation, everything we leave in this world. But only one thing we can take with us when we die. That is how much I chanted Krishna's name, how much I heard about him, right? If I gave any donation, any service, if I did any like parikram, walking tours, if I did cleaned any temples, right? If I heard any katha, that much we practice spiritual life, you can take that with you at the time of death. Nothing but everything else you have to leave. So this wealth is called paramata, spiritual wealth. And what is opposed to that is called anatta. Anatta means that which has no value, right? No intrinsic value. So our problem is what is real wealth we are discarding, neglecting. And what has no real value, we are considering that to be important. So those who practice spiritual life on the Chaturdasi, then everything is destroyed. What thing is destroyed? All impediments, all obstacles. So on the day after tomorrow is a special feast day. Like many, many rivers enter the ocean. So this Krishna is the source of unlimited individual souls. He's the source of all the variations and varieties we see in the material existence as well. In simple language, Ite Chamsa Kala Pumsa Krishna Stu Bhagavan Swayam. Whatever you see material and spiritual, what is the cause of that? Who is the cause of all causes, Ravi? Krishna. He is the cause of all causes, but he has no cause. He is the beginning of everything, but he has no cause. Everything has a beginning. Just look around my room, everything in this room has a cause. But to think the creation has no cause, that's one type of madness. Now we cannot understand, we cannot see, that is our lacking. But this can be understood by nicely following these Vedic scriptures. These clearly describe all this knowledge. So Robbie, you're a little bit lucky, you can develop taste in this. Interest, attraction. So anyway, so Krishna had many incarnations, but the day after tomorrow, the Ekadasi is the appearance of one very, very special incarnation. Right? Is someone doing Russian translation also?
There was very bad connection and Prema stopped. She will translate later.
Okay, take it. So that is called Nrsingadev. Sorry, that is called. He is called Nrsingadev. So the day after tomorrow is Nrsinga Chaturdasi, the appearance day of Lord Nrsinga. So Kevin, ready for fasting? You have nothing to complain about. You live in England, which is miserable and raining. So fasting is very easy there. But here now it's like 45 degrees. So anyway, so I hope you're listening to this. So another fasting day is day after tomorrow. So one should refrain, and these special fasting days only happen a few times a year. Okay, otherwise Robbie is thinking, my God, what's going on? Does Hare Krishna mean avoiding all food and water? But these special fast days only happen 2-3 days a year. Like the appearance of Lord Chaitanya, fasting up to sunrise, up to moonrise. You know, the birthday of Krishna, that's fasting till midnight without food or water. And the third, that is tomorrow. That is the appearance of Nrsingadev. So only 3 times a year we have to do something like this. So Robbie, if you can do it on the day after tomorrow, fasting without food or water completely until moonrise, if you can do it, then what will happen is Krishna will be happy and Nrsingadev will remove all your obstacles. He will destroy everything which is opposed to your own auspiciousness. So I don't want to speak too much because we're saving all these things for the day after tomorrow. But everyone should fix their mind. Everyone should be, right? The hardest thing about fasting is just deciding you're going to do it. Once you decide you do it, then everything's easy. Just like the hardest thing about going to work is just actually getting out of bed and just stepping out the door. Once you do that, everything is easy. So Krishna, this incarnation called Nrsingadev, very special incarnation. Right? Sometimes Gurudev would say, Krishna is very busy in the spiritual world. He's playing flute, he's joking with the gopis, he's cow grazing day and night. He's fully absorbed in his pastimes. So, but what about us in the material world? Well, so Krishna takes a special form for the devotees to remove their obstacles. And that incarnation is called Nrsingadev. So, Bhakta Vigya Vanasan Kari Nrsingadev. We worship that special incarnation of Nrsingadev who removes all the Vigya. Vigna means obstacles for the success of the devotee. All right, why is Vilasini laughing? Does she think she's not going to fast on the Sringadev Chaturdasi?
I can fast.
What?
I can fast.
Half? Yes, half means moonrise. That means half. Anyway, try and do. This only happened 3 times a year. Okay, Nandimuki?
Okay.
Only 3 times a year. Little bit we have, of course, we have to sacrifice. But what we're sacrificing? 365 days a year, we eat like pigs. So 3 days a year is not too much to ask. Okay? But as I was saying, don't look what you lose, you look what you gain. So actually there's one history of Prahlad Maharaj. Okay, Prahlad Maharaj so much connected with the appearance of Nrsingadev. So Prahlad was a perfect devotee. So someone one time asked how Prahlad became such a great devotee. What was his previous life? So there's a history of Prahlad Maharaj. So on the day after tomorrow, and his previous life, Prahlad was a great womanizer. Actually, he was addicted to hunting prostitutes. So prostitutes cost so much money. So Prahlad was particularly attracted to one prostitute. So all his wealth, all his reputation, everything he spent to enjoy life with her. Then one day, all his wealth was finished. Because a materialist, they never see, what had you say? A materialist never becomes exhausted from taking from. No matter how much you give, they're always willing to take. So he came to the prostitute for some sex life. She said, no money. Where's the money? He said, I have no money. She said, no money, no honey. So she kicked him. She rejected him. So Prahlad Maharaj was completely brokenhearted on this fast day. But he did not know this is fast day of the Lord because he fully absorbed in this prostitute. So he was very sad, very depressed. Imagine, like they say in this world, a woman give highest happiness, therefore she also give the highest pain, highest distress. And vice versa, a woman should think like that for a man. So especially no pain is greater than that pain given by the harsh words of someone we have affection. Nothing gives more pain than that. So Prahlad, so much pain, so much distress. So weeping, he went to the forest. And because he was so much distressed, like at a funeral, right? No one's eating so much at a funeral because everyone's absorbed, everyone's depressed, everyone's sad, everyone's lamenting. Well, I guess it depends who dies, right? But anyway, normal funeral, no one will be too much happy. So Prahlad, so much sad, weeping, he went to the forest. So that day, he did not sleep, he did not eat, he did not drink anything because just weeping for the prostitute. So some rain came. So in the middle of the forest, he found one old building, deserted building. He lived in that for the night. So all night he also did not sleep. So 24 hours and this day was the appearance day of Lord Nrsingadev, but he didn't know. So by mistake, by chance, by accident, he fasted without eating, sleeping, or drinking on the appearance day of Lord Nrsingadev. The appearance day of this special incarnation. So he got the result of fasting, even though he had no knowledge of it. Still, he got result. Like people give us this vaccination. Do we know what's in the vaccination? Have no idea. But once it goes in you, it's going to do its business. We drink vodka. Well, I don't drink vodka, but if someone drinks vodka, Purushottam, do we know the chemical composition of vodka? We don't know, but still it does its work. In the same way, if someone puts poison in a glass and we don't know and we drink it, it will work. So even material things like fire, just say we put our hand on the iron without knowledge, we'll still be burnt. We drink poison or medicine. We don't know what's there, but still it works. And these are material things: fire, poison, medicine, vodka. Even though we don't know what it is, it still works. And these are material things. So why spiritual things should be different? Even if one does not know what is fasting, when is Ekadasi, but somehow he fasts, he still gets the result. Of course, if someone does with full faith, they must get more result. That is true. But still, even without knowledge, but you do the activity, you still get the result. And the prostitute was also like that. After she kicked Prahlad, then she also felt bad. She also had affection for him. So in the same way, she also likewise went the whole 24 hours without drinking, sleeping, or eating anything. So as a result, next life, Prahlad was born with perfect devotion and born the son of a king. And that prostitute became his wife next life. So just saying, Robbie, if one gets such a result by fasting by accident, imagine what type of result one will get if one fasts with knowledge. Right? Achutananda, is he there? He's probably avoiding this class as usual. Anyway, so the hardest thing about fasting is fixing your mind. So once you decide, I will fast, everything easy. So Guru Maharaj said, Krishna is not cruel. Krishna is like butter, softer than butter. Butter you put on your hand, it melts after some time, but Krishna's heart already melted. So he sees, oh, for me, they're giving up. If someone's dying of thirst and Miss Universe comes and offers a proposition, no one's going to take, you'll still prefer to drink something or eat something. So the highest happiness in this world is eating and drinking. So when Krishna sees what, for me, they're giving up these things, then Krishna's already so kind, so merciful, then his heart fully melts. So even though sometimes we think, what's the use in this fasting? I can't see the result. No, but result is there. Because this is spiritual and transcendental, sometimes we cannot see the result because our intelligence and senses are material. Anyway, so this is a special incarnation. So he appeared in the moonrise. We'll tell why he appeared that time. So we'll tell all that on my Tuesday night. So everyone can fast from the morning. That means even brushing teeth should do the night before. Did you know that, Purushottam? Right? If you're brushing teeth early in the morning, water's passing your lips. That means you broke your fast. So anyway, so better everyone does the fasting. And then after breaking fast, they can hear. So I will fast here. Then after we take our potatoes and water and stuff and mangoes. Actually, now is good season here in Mayapur. Now is lychees coming, mangoes, many, many nice things coming. Even though it's so hot, Krishna always gives some compensation. Mango season, lychee season. So after breaking fast, we'll speak. Like that will be 7:30 my time. No? Does anyone have any question? Does anyone?
I have a question about
Yeah, speak.
my sister Anna. We didn't notify her in time that in the United States yesterday was Ekadasi. So we advised her to fast today, and it sounds like that's the wrong choice.
Anyway, what's use in fasting on a day which is not proper? That's also useless.
So what do you, if somebody breaks fast on Ekadasi, then do you just keep going or just it's finished?
Hare Krishna, finished.
Okay.
Okay. Nanimukhi, any questions?
No.
No. Vilasini, any question?
No.
What time are you going to eat on the day after tomorrow?
Maybe like 8 o'clock.
Oh, your moonrise is very late. Anyway,
Yes.
don't worry, Vilasini, if you do this special fast, then also I get more benefit. Because of me forcing you, you're doing the fasting, that means some result I also get. Okay, Brad, you're okay?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you.
What's news in Ukraine?
Sorry, say again, please.
What is news in Ukraine?
There's no any special news in Ukraine. Nothing
All
interesting.
children doing Ekadasi today?
Yes, we are keeping the Ekadasi today, me and my family.
All glories to you. Does anyone have any more questions?
I have one technical question, Gurudev. It's Malti.
Okay.
Will you speak? I mean, it is English class on Resimhachi Turkish, right?
Yes,
Okay.
and people can do their translation. Anything else? Kevin, is this your first Nrsingadev Chadotasi? It will be your first
Yes,
one.
it is. Yes, it is, Maharaj. Yeah, this is the first one.
Okay, good for you.
Yeah.
It's actually quite good. It's actually quite a good day. Even though in the morning it doesn't seem like that, but by the afternoon you'll feel happy. Okay, Mark, any questions? Okay, so Malati will send the link and everyone can. Okay, some Chinese guys joined. Don't know why, because Chinese class is tomorrow. Anyway,
Dhanyavad Maharaj.
Ni hao ma. Any questions from anyone?
Dhanyavad Pranams Maharaj. Someone, sorry, this is Radhika.
Can't see.
Yeah, sorry, no, I can't put my camera on right now because
Why? Your mother's
well,
spine?
no, it's a long story.
Okay.
I know my daughter's doing my hair. Everyone doesn't need to see. Anyway, anyway, someone told me once that Sringadev removes external obstacles and Giriraj Govardhan remove internal obstacle. Any truth in that?
Yeah, I never heard that.
Okay.
Who makes these things up?
I know it's something devotees saying before a long time.
Oh my God, look at Mark Pounds' background. He's got Nrsingadev there on his background. God, I'm so envious. He's got all these great backgrounds and I can't work it out yet. Anyway, I don't know. Electronically retarded for life. So this is not true, Radhika, because Bhaktivinoda will praise to Nrsingadev. There's a prayer that Bhaktivinoda Thakur has for Nrsingadev, and he prays, "O Nrsingadev, remove my obstacles and give me Krishna Prem." So you should not think like this. Nrsingadev can't do so much, but Giriraj can do more. This is not proper thinking, no?
Yes.
This is not proper thinking. Yes. I don't know who makes all these things up, no? Hare Krishna.
Anyway,
Yes.
bogus person said that. I just want to verify. Because, yeah.
Now it's
so thank you.
verified.
Thank you. Thank you.
Who was it? Wasn't Mikeshri, was it?
Mukunda.
Oh, God. How this is the glories of Nrsingadev. Well, you can worship Nrsingadev, but he can't really do much for you. That's not the glories of the Supreme Lord. No?
Thank you, Maharaj.
Anything else? Well, then why Gurudev would fast? Well, then why Gurudev would also fast on the Ekadasi? Why all the Guru seek for their own good? Anything more? Last question?
Guru Maharaj, one more question. I'm not sure Richard and maybe some other new people, they know about Paran time being important because I think Richard kept on fasting and fasting maybe for even another day, one time for Ekadasi. Maybe you can address how you have to stop and check the times.
Well, there's a time for proper time for fasting, there's also a proper time for breaking the fast. So if you miss the time for breaking the fast, then your fast is not completed properly. Then you cannot get the proper result, right? Therefore, astrologically, there's a calendar, purebhakti.com, purebhakti.com, right? So you go there on that website, there's a link, resources. You click resources, then comes a link down the bottom, Vaishnav calendar. So you go to that and then you put in your own location, and it will tell you on what day you have to fast and what time you have to break your fast according to your location. So it's important. As fasting is important, breaking the fast is also important. Okay. Hey, Mark, do you think you could get that background? I know you sent me how to do it, but I'm too lazy to do it myself. So if anyone could do it for me, that would be great. maybe not. Okay, anything else?
Hare Krishna.
Rumar, somebody posted the link to the calendar and Anupama's, you're gonna,
Yeah, but
Yeah,
everyone,
yeah, I
everyone
posted the
lives in a
link.
different, everyone lives in a different place. So what is good for her maybe not be good for someone else.
No, this
Okay,
is the
yes.
general link.
Huh?
This is the general link. Everyone can adjust their time zone and location. And also I posted again the invite group links for WhatsApp group, Telegram and Signal, whatever people like to use. So please join our groups. Check the chat in Zoom right now and join our links, our groups. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so even though I know it's a little difficult, but still a good thing is always a little hard. So don't be afraid of fasting because so much you get. Okay, Chandrika, Nihama. Chinese, not seen them for a year and a half. Good to see them. Oh my God, Yamini. Tomorrow's Chinese class. Anyone wants to join, they're welcome. Hare Krishna. Jai Bhagavan Sringadev ki Jai. Tuspura Mahadwadasi. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Go Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.
Dandavat, Guru Maharaj.
Radhe
Dandavat
Radhe.
Gurudev.
Dandavat pranams, Maharaj.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Switch off recording.